think we might have set up a couple of super fights for the Pitbull brothers.
Okay.
So Patricio has mentioned a fight with Jose Aldo when he's out of contract with the UFC.
Yep.
And Patrici has mentioned a fight, MMA or boxing, preferably MMA for you guys, against Showtime Pettis.
Oh,
imagine those both on the same card, right?
that would be incredible, wouldn't it? That would be. You know, the thing is with Pitbull, with Patricio Pitbull, should I say, at this stage in his career, it's those big marquee fights. You know, he mentioned Aaron Pico in the post-fight interview, and of course for the Bellator Champions Series. I think we're going to see that at some point in the future. Aaron Pico is definitely on the rise. He looked fantastic in Saudi Arabia the other week. But beyond that, of course, it's the special marquee fights for Patricio now. I mean, I've been a huge fan of Jose Aldo for many, many years, and that would be the fight to make, wouldn't it? I mean, I would love to see that matchup. And I saw Aldo's coming back, which is interesting. I hope he's healthy. I hope he looks good. Yeah, who knows what? And then, you know, Pettis against Patricio Pitbull. That's a banger. That's a banger 7 days a week. I would love to watch both of those fights.
If that is the case, that Aldo's only on a one-fight deal with the UFC, would you guys at the PFL be straight on the phone to him?
Look, the door's always open for any of those high-level fighters that are in a contract with another organisation, that are potentially thinking about free agency. You can always pick up the phone to me or to any of the matchmaking team, PFL, Professional Fighters League, Bellator. It doesn't matter who you're reaching out to. We're growing very quickly. We've got a lot of shows coming up. We need a lot of fighters, and any marquee names. Like if we signed someone like a Jose Aldo for a few fights, it would make my day. Of course, you know, as a fan first and foremost. But yeah, I mean, a message to any of the fighters out there that are interested. You just let us know if you're interested in hearing offers from other organisations, because we'll certainly be obliging.
And final one for me, Ngannou coming off that loss against AJ. You know, it's difficult for him. He goes into a title fight with the PFL on a massive stage. It doesn't do any damage to his MMA career whatsoever. That's really going to be a huge night in Saudi Arabia, as rumoured. Do you think it's going to be more in the summer or back in the summer towards September time?
I think it's going to be later in the year. I think Ngannou needs a bit of time right now to kind of recalibrate himself as an MMA fighter. You know, he spent so long in the big gloves with the boots on, you know, working out in a squared circle. It's a different sport entirely, as we saw with what AJ was able to do pretty quickly on the night. Ngannou coming back to mixed martial arts, for me, is the only thing that makes sense right now, especially given the fact that we've got the ideal #1 contender for him, the guy that would really legitimately be one of the toughest tests on the planet at heavyweight, Renan Ferreira. Like, you know, if Ngannou comes back and Renan Ferreira beats him, then we may potentially have the best heavyweight on the planet. And we had John Jones sitting cage side in Saudi Arabia, and he said that he thinks Renan Ferreira can beat Ngannou, so I thought that was quite interesting, because obviously John Jones is going to be sizing up every one of these guys. Maybe one day in the future it might not be Ngannou John Jones, maybe it'd be Renan Ferreira John Jones.